Good day, everybody. What are we looking at? I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's a wire with a group of pencil leads. There's a copper wire with a group of pencil leads. It's coming off of my 7.4 volts, I think it is. DC Ericsson wire. Oh, 7.6 DC. It's a 7.6 volt DC and 600 milliamps. What? I don't know how that works. Okay, but anyway, this is iodized salt water where I separated the iodine and it's emitting. And this one last night was not. And this is my brass colloid but Himalayan salt down the bottom. However I go out with this old dead end. Made an Ormus ages ago, but some of the brass has managed to attach to the Ormus and make it orange. And here is the latest stir-up. This could be either Ormus, which settles, or settling really thick. But I had it charging all night, just one night, and this is a little weird. I stirred it, so the precipitate is currently at a small grain, and it will thicken, and it will, with gravity, it will drop. There, all kinds of bits of pencil there floating on the top. So when you get to using the pencil leads, graphite, they tend to clean themselves out and drop off bits until eventually they have no more foreign bits and they erode a bit, or they get some calcification or something on them and you have to scrub them a bit clean if you want better conduction. And now let's check that Ormus again. Okay, here's the Ormus that mysteriously appeared. Was a derivative of a normal salt, and I happened to tip it in to a big container of urine, and in there you can see these floating things, probably protein materials, maybe Ormus. The friggin' amount of whatever that is, possibly Ormus, possibly the other stuff. And today I got my free sample of inner gold. And to be honest with you, I have been getting some out of it cloudy. Like there's times when you want to go to sleep, but you just can't, because the stuff is making clouds, green clouds. You know, when you feel that cloudy feeling, like you're becoming light, and then you decide, well, I'm going to rest up a wee bit on this, and then you just sit still and meditate. You can't really move around and stuff, but it gives you that. Like I made Ormus through the flame method once, and that was just like the taste, only that they've used a bit of jib board or chalk or something, and they ground it down to a dissolvable into your body kind of factor. I remember getting this kind of Ormus before, and I thought it was Ormus, and then I went and got it, and it turned out to be just chunky old salt. And it tasted foul as bugger, and they tell you, wash the salt until it tastes good. Washes out all the salt, and then leaves something else. That's what you got to do, is the wash. So what is the wash? So when you get water, you let it settle first, right? Then you get water, you tip off the clear fluids into something. You probably get another harvest out of it, but you add more water on top of the Ormus stuff only, so you can get a hose, pop it in some water, block both ends, stick the other end, one end lower and one end in the liquid, and the lower one has to have a container to catch it because it's going to siphon. We siphon it right down to where the Ormus is and remove all the other stuff. Want to hear a cracker? This stuff floating, last time I did that, it just came out to be some really disgusting tasting, I don't even know what you want to call it, protein? Waste protein? If you want protein in your diet, yeah, sure. I put hydroxide in there to clean it up the other day, and it came out, I swear, I thought I had all this day, and it turned out to be what? Some cream floating on top. Like, it started out being a real nice cream, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I know what that is. That's that's dude. Yeah. So yeah, wash good. Cook it to cook the proteins and remove the proteins. With Ormus, which is pretty much the same stuff. You can get it out of living material, and that used to be living. You basically just bring it up to 10.3 where the dropout begins, and then you can push it more up towards 10.78 or 10.87, but don't go to 11. And saying that, then I heard that if you drop it, if you stick in some vinegar, it can bang it way down. And if you put in magnesium, what's it called, milk of magnesia, it can take it down to 0 pH. And what we want to do is we do want to take it up to the dropout, where the M state drops out. So we want to take it up to 10 and a wee bit more till this happens. The funny thing is that I had M state in this one and it seemed to have dissolved. And I only went up to 6 pH and it dropped out. So that must have been not what seems like M state, but it might actually be potassium. Well, luckily I separated them. And now this one, it seems to be pretty still. Just for the entertainment of the people, I am going to give it cyclonic action, because that causes the particles to meet in the middle and group together, and then they become condensed. Alright, so there we have a cyclone, and it's urine and Ormus at the bottom. That big white cloud is the Ormus, and urine surrounding it. I want to force involve with the electricity, this salt water, which possibly has potassium. It may become impure in the mix, but if I can force it up, or if I have to force this one up, either one, I'm going to get them up in pH. I'm a pH tester on my little strips, and I am going to see if I can get them up to some serious dropout levels, because though it has dropped something out, you truly know when you can make the Ormus disappear and reappear. So how do you do that? That's when you get it up to the dropout at 10.78, or from 10.3 to 10.78, and then you let it settle and try to drop it down to 2 pH, and then you take it up to 12, which is actually not recommended. It goes far beyond. A lot of people keep the precipitate and do the up to 12 with the liquid to see what's in that. We go back up to, from down to 2, back up to 10.78, and up to 12 to cook off anything that shouldn't be there. And by rights it should have disappeared, and it should be in the solution. And you get rid of all the rubbish, which is probably things you shouldn't have because they've evolved too far. Then you put it in another container and you bang it down with vinegar. Down, 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 back down to 6 or 7. And that's down there water, so it's drinkable. And whatever revisualizes, solubilizes, that is Ormus. This